We have to change from doubter to believer.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a hot topic at the moment. I'm gonna just discuss a very sort of hot subject at the moment, which is Mohamed Salah. Now, I know there's a lot of you that love Mohamed Salah. I think we all do. Everybody loves Mohamed Salah. His goal record is absolutely incredible. I've just been looking, and what I'm looking at is, I've looked at over the years, you know, like when we had Michael Owen leave, we replaced him with Torres. When we lost Torres, we replaced him with Suarez. When we lost Suarez, we got Salah. So there's always been sort of a belt of sort of like top strikers coming off the ladder at Liverpool, which is coming off the belt, which has been great at Liverpool. I'm just looking at this. Now the front three, you've got Bobby Firmino, who's 29 years old. He's going to be 30 soon. You've got Sadio Mane, who's 28. Mohamed Salah, who's 28. Because they're a year younger than Firmino, you can command a higher fee based on the fact that they've probably got another 3-4 years left in them. I'm looking at it like this, right? And I'm looking at it as a pure football perspective. Just a pure football perspective, regardless of the player. If Liverpool wait 18 more months and keep that front three, there's no market value. In 18 months' time, you're not getting much for them at all. Probably 20 million. That's the difference. In waiting 18 more months, you've lost the chance to sell on market value. Now, I've just put a poll up now saying, who would you write? If you had the choice, if Mbappe and Haaland came available, right, who would you pick at the two? And the reason why I only put Mane and Firmino is because, Mane and Salah, is because Firmino you won't get a big fee for. You'd be lucky to get 30 million for Firmino. He's 30 years old nearly. So he's out the window. What we have to do, and I keep stressing this, and I don't know how many more times I keep stressing it, it isn't a quest to get rid of Salah. I am looking at things like last night. The dotted flipping thing from Twitter, I've already mentioned this morning, from his agent. The fact that an Egypt player came out and said that he's not happy at Liverpool. The fact that he's strutted up. Yeah, of course he's not going to be happy. He came off in the 60th minute yesterday. But this is little things like that that build the momentum up. And it makes it, and anybody that can't see this, they're blinded by love for the man. It is a pathway to him leaving Liverpool. It is a fact, right? Sadio Mane, I mean, Michael Owen even said yesterday that he thinks Mane doesn't go down for penalties in case Salah scores more goals than him. That's not good for Liverpool. If that's the case, I'm not saying it is because I think Michael Owen's wrong, but it's not good for Liverpool, that is it. Look at it like this. Now, you have to sometimes look at things like this. If we don't make the move in the next window, Erling Haaland could end up at Manchester City, right? Or Chelsea. If Erling Haaland goes to Manchester City or Chelsea, then we're stuffed. Because I'm telling you now, you think Salah's goal record's good? I think Erling Haaland would score more for Liverpool. I generally do. See them boxes, the crosses going in the box last night? Haaland is great in the air. He scores headers. He can play with both feet. He's 22 years old. It's a no-brainer. You can't buy the past, right? Salah's done what he's done. And he's still 24 goals this season, which is incredible. But there will come a time, like Bobby Firmino, when you start hitting 29, 30, the goals will dry up. And we might not have a top striker. Listen, top strikers are a rarity, right? So in 18 months' time, if Salah stays, Erling Haaland might be at Chelsea, he might be at Man City, he might be at Real Madrid, he might be anywhere else. Mbappe might have made his second move for a 5-year contract. Who are we going to sign? Who's there? Who's a striker that's going to come in? Who's going to come in and replace Mohamed Salah's goals? So the point is this, is Ferguson did it. You know, with Van Nistelrooy, and then he got Van Persie, and you have to keep moving on. It's the next 5 years we're looking at, not the last 5, right? So yeah, I'm looking at it like this, right? I've never ever heard Sadio Mane say once that he wants to leave Liverpool. So the only reason we talk about Salah is because Salah sounded out a move, and he has. And the fact is, his agent's toxic. His agent's trying to, I guarantee you now he's working on a move as we speak, because that's what he meant by that Twitter status last night. Embarrassing. So I look at it like this, right? When we get Virgil back and all that, and our defence is back, and we've got Henderson back, and we've got that lovely solid format, the next stage we need to improve is the central midfield area for creativity. So we need a Gini Wijnaldum replacement in the midfield in the summer. Fact, right? If he goes, bring one in with more goals to it. Then, when the front three are not firing, we need somebody to replace one of the front three. Yeah, we've got Jota. But to me, something is not right between Mane and Salah. It clearly is there to see, right? So, it's not good for the team. You've got Gini Wijnaldum that's not signed a new contract. That takes 5% off his performance and the team's morale. You've got Klopp's just lost his mum. You've got Alisson's just lost his dad. You've got the fact that there's no fans there. The club at the moment's hurting, and the players are hurting. So what we've got to do is just accept this season is a complete bloody write-off. Yeah, just write it off. All right, we want to finish in the top four. We want to stay in the Champions League. I think the best chance of that is winning the Champions League, right? Our best chance is to go and win. I said this before, the European Cup is pretty weak, really, this year. And I genuinely believe we could win it. I mean, we won it in Istanbul, and it's weird, it's in Istanbul this year, I think I'm right, isn't it? Yeah, for number 7. And wouldn't it be funny if we finished 5th and Everton finished 4th and we won the Champions League? I was thinking that last night. That would be funny. But again, I'm going to go back to it. I worry that if we keep Salah for 18 months more, only because of FSG and how they spend. Look at their previous transfers. We sold Coutinho. They then brought in, we sold Luis Suarez for 75 million, and then he went and spent the money to replace him with obviously with a Salah etc. And then when we got Coutinho sold, we went and bought Van Dijk and we went Alisson. So they always seem to spend big when we sell big. So I'm looking at it like this. There's no point us going to bring in this Ismail Sarr that people keep mentioning from Watford. I think he's got about 3 goals this season in the Championship. We can't go from Mohamed Salah to Ismail Sarr. We can't. It's got to be a straight replacement of a world-class centre striker. And I just genuinely believe that, can you imagine Haaland in the centre with Mane and Jota either side? And that's what I'm looking at it like. I'm looking at it on a commercial transfer and a goal machine replacement. You cannot sell Mohamed Salah without bringing in a goal machine. And there's only 2 out there in the world. If we wait 18 months, them 2 are gone. They're off the market. That's my point. Mbappe and Haaland would have been sold to someone else. So we have to make the move now. I know this is going to be controversial what I'm saying, but I'm looking at it from that point of view. If we keep an unhappy Salah for 18 more months, in that 18 more months, Mbappe and Haaland are gone. They've moved on for another 5-year deal somewhere else, probably knowing our luck to Man City or Chelsea, which then fires them ahead of us in the league in terms of having the best strikers in the world up front for them. That's what I worry about. So I'm looking at this from a proper football manager tactical point of view. To me, you take the commercial and the market value at its peak right now, cleverly, not selling our best players like we used to do in the past when we were shit or not good enough, selling them now to bring in the next generation. So you've got Mbappe and Haaland, who are 22 years old, both of them, right? So you're looking at the next 8 years there of a solid centre forward. And I will put my neck out on the line now. If we sign Erling Haaland, right, he'll score more goals than Salah. I think he's nailed on for 30 a season. I think he'll cream the Golden Boot every year. I mean, I've watched some of his games in Germany, and he's got everything. He can head, he can shoot, either feet. His movement's phenomenal. All these crosses that Trent and Robbo are putting in at the moment, Haaland would be on the end of. So it's easy. It's easy to go, oh, right, well, why would we sell a top goal scorer? We can look at it like this. Because if we don't replace him now, in 18 months' time, the 2 that are the only 2 I think that could replace his goals will be sold, and then we're left with a 30-year-old, 31-year-old Mo Salah probably knocking in 10, 12 a season, and we can't replace him because we've missed the boat and we've missed the chance. And that's my point. So I'm looking at it like this. Toxic agent, he's fuming, he's unhappy. This isn't the only time he's been unhappy, you know, with Klopp. Let's not forget then when he wasn't made captain against Midtjylland. He was mad then. There's something brewing there, and I'm only sticking my neck out because I've always done this, and those that have been on my group since I started it knows I've always gone with what my gut's saying, and I always have, right? And I'm telling you now, those of you that don't think that Mohamed Salah is going to leave, he's gonna. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen because FSG are shrewd businessmen. They know that Firmino's not got the market value, right? They also know that all of our front three, they have a time cycle. It's like the Moneyball thing they do in baseball. Their ages. Their ages now are at market value peak, right? Firmino's isn't. It's gone a year past it. But Mane's and Salah's are market value peak. Mane, I think, is even the poll at the moment is winning that in terms of keeping him. So if you had a choice, and I know you don't want to make these decisions because it's based on love for the player, but Salah has said it. He said that he wanted to win the league with Liverpool, and then his dream was to end his career in Spain. That was coming out of his mouth. His Egypt teammate said it. He's thrown his toys out of his plan on numerous occasions, right? So it's right. Look in the past, Suarez, Torres. The tendency to throw the toys out the pram, it always ends up with one result: exit, and that is it. We have to do what is best for Liverpool Football Club, and that is replacing Salah with somebody who is going to level the amount of goals he scores. And there's only two on the planet that I believe can do that, which is either Mbappe or Haaland. If we wait 18 months, they're sold. Gone is the opportunity. Let me know your thoughts, and like I say, this isn't please sell Salah. This is use your head. Football tactical planning is the key to continued success, which is the reason why Ferguson won bloody how many league titles, because he knew the sell-by date of each top player and replaced them with like for like. It's that simple. You'll never walk alone.